welcome to my spiritual sanctuary. My name is Sandra. Welcome, welcome to all my new people. Thank you so much for joining me today. And for everyone who's been here before, welcome back, subscribers. So happy to have you here. So today we're going to be talking about fire signs. So this is for all the fire signs. So come on in, make yourself at home, relax, sit tight, and we're going to get on with your reading, fire signs. So, and who this is for snake, if you have snake or horse in your chart. And also, this is going to be for other Western astrology fire signs today as well. So that would be for Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. So all of you, this reading is for all of you today. And just remember that if you have snake or horse in your year of birth, so that means you were born in that year of the snake or that year of the horse, then that's just one aspect of your chart. You also have the month, the day, and the hour. So watch all the readings because you may have other elements in, and so that reading would definitely resonate with you, okay? And the same thing goes for the Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius people. That's just your sun sign, and you also have an ascendant, a moon sign, a Venus sign, and your nodes, and other aspects in your chart. So don't limit yourself to just this reading, watch them all. Okay, I always say don't limit yourself because those other ones may have a piece of information in there that is relevant to you and your situation. Okay, so let's get started today. What I'm going to do is start with the astrology report. Now, I have to tell you, we are having a hurricane here at the moment. Now, we're at the calm before the storm, so the actual storm hasn't hit yet, but it's been sporadic off rain and wind today. And so I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to go into a little more detail about the full moon in Aquarius, which is August 3rd, which is Monday. Just in case something happens and I don't have power on Monday, I was going to get on and give you a full reading of the Aquarius full moon on Monday. But like I said, just in case I don't have power, I'm just going to go over some aspects of that tonight and give you a little bit more of that astrology piece because it's an important part of the whole week ahead. So let's get started. And so I want to talk about the full moon in Aquarius right off the bat, and that's again Monday the 3rd. It's at 11:58 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So adjust accordingly to wherever you are in the world. Now, also, this squares Uranus and Taurus. So this is a week of breakthroughs, shock and awe. Uranus always brings in sudden change, brings in, anything that's unexpected may be happening this week. So, and it's in Taurus, so, it may upset your routine in some way. It could be a good experience or it could be something not so good. It just depends. It's going to be different for everyone. But just to know that we do have this aspect coming up, and it's also known as the Great Awakening. And that's, we are moving into a very Great Awakening time. Our Earth is changing. The new Earth is changing. And so there's a lot of things that are happening that are just, we do have shock and awe about because, we're undergoing so many changes right now. But just know that's up for this week as well. And so we may be stepping outside the norm, and so this would be a week where we may be getting some new information. We may have some new developments coming up in our lives, some radical disruption. So just know that this will pass, okay? It will pass. And just know that it may be a week of just a very turbulent time. We also have Mars square Jupiter, and Mars is in Aries right now. That is too much of a good thing. So we want to watch out this week for, just having too much of a good thing, and that could be anything. It could be, too much food, too much alcohol, too much shopping, too much exercise, too much, play and not enough work. So just be aware of that this week. You want to make sure that you are in moderation and balance this week. So make sure you're doing your meditations on a daily basis to center and ground yourself. Make sure you're doing your exercise or your yoga so that you have mind, body, and spirit healing going on. And also just eat well this week. Make sure you're eating all good foods that are not going to upset your nervous system, because this is a week that the nervous system could be out of whack because of the stress. Stress will do that. It'll affect our nervous system on every single level. So we want to make sure that we are eating good foods, good healthy foods for our body, drinking plenty of water, taking, our proper nutrients, vitamins, whatever that is for you, and just taking really good care of our bodies, okay? You want to be the observer this week. You want to be like the witness. So when things are happening, step back, rise up, take a grand look over the situation, but as an objective observer, okay? And then therefore you won't act rationally. You'll be in balance at all times. You'll be grounded, and then you can make the proper decisions to move forward with whatever decisions you need to make, right? It says we're in a breakthrough, new developments, new information coming in, and we want to be grounded in our own being when we are going through change, right? So it doesn't throw us off balance. So remember just to keep your level head and not get thrown off, okay? And just to be balanced. I think that's the main thing, is balance this week. Balance. Now, the body parts that may be affected this week is your calves, your ankles, skin, Achilles heel, your forearm muscles, thyroid, and hormones. So again, make sure you're eating right, because the thyroid, hormones, make sure you're taking the proper medications. Make sure when you're exercising that you're not overstimulating the forearms, the calves, the ankles, the skin. Take care of your skin this week. Don't be out in the sun too much. And be careful you don't move too fast this week, because you don't want to fall, break a leg or anything like that. So be careful with that. Okay, so another thing I wanted to mention was that this Leo new moon, it's in the same position that it was in August of 2017. So if you just think back about August of 2017 and where you were, what you were doing, and what you were experiencing in that time, then just to note that, that was at a period in time when we had a total solar eclipse, okay? So if you can think back to that, or the date resonates with you, then you may be revisiting that coming up this week, because the planetary positions are in the same spot. So just to note that. So you may be revisiting some kind of information or experiences that you were experiencing at that time. You may be experiencing at a higher level on the spiral, because of course we've had 3 years that has happened since then. It would have been something that was changing your life, like maybe this week would do, because that's what happens at a total solar eclipse. Something gets eclipsed out of our life. Something may be eclipsed out of your life this week. It could be the opposite. It could be it's put back in your life. But at some point you may be experiencing something like that. Okay, just to know. We also have Venus Cancer on the August 7th. And that is wanting to feel safe. So after we go through the upheaval this week, which is leading us to the Lion's Gate portal of August 8th, 8/8, that is when the new energy is opening up a portal. And so whatever is happening this week, it's just moving us in the right direction towards the Lion Gate portal so that we can experience the new energy that's open and ready for us to receive. So at the end of the week, we might want to be feeling like we want to be a little safe. And that's when the personal development needs to come in. And so we start doing our personal development work. And that will lead us into a healing phase, which will be lasting into middle end of the month. So the universe never gives us more than we can handle, and it's coming in stages, as we move into August. So a very healing energy this month. However, sometimes we have to go through the chaos to get to the order, and then we heal after that. So that's what's happening. Everything is getting cleared out. Okay, so most oftentimes when we go through a full moon, it brings up a lot of things that need to be cleared out. And so you might want to take inventory, fire sign, of what is no longer serving you anymore. Let's declutter our house. Let's declutter our mind. Let's declutter our emotions, and then start incorporating with the new Lion's Gate energy in that portal the things that we want to bring forward into the new earth and where the earth is heading, because we know things are changing. They're not going back to the way they were. So we're all being asked to ascend to a higher level so that we can move into the new energy in a much more healing way. So it heals us, ourselves, and therefore we start to heal others. As we start to heal others, we start to lift up the planet, and that's where we're heading. Now, also, with this change, of course, in Chinese metaphysics, we're moving into a new month. As of August 8th to September 7th, we're moving into the month of the Yang Wood Monkey. And the flying star Feng Shui is going to change in our home environment or whatever space we occupy, based on the directions, okay? So those are the planetary stars coming in and hitting our space in different areas, and it affects us on an energetic level. So there are auspicious areas coming up for the following month, and then there's non-auspicious areas. So let's go over the auspicious ones first. So the good areas, if you have a bedroom, a front door, you're spending time in a home office, any room that you would be spending a lot of time in, you want it to be in the southeast, south, southwest, west, and northwest. Those are the auspicious flying stars energies coming in for the next month. The not so auspicious, these energies are not so flowing and conducive to positive energies, is the east, the northeast, the north, and the middle of the house. So we would need to do some feng shui adjustments in those areas in order to lift up the energy chi in those areas. Especially if that's a front door, or if that's your bedroom you're spending time in sleeping, or if that's a home office, then we need to make adjustments in those areas. So if you'd like me to do a consultation for you, then all my information is below. So please go ahead and contact me through my email list, or also through my mailing list, or email me, okay? So I'm not going to go into detail about the flying star changes because I'll do that in my next week's reading when we talk more about the Lion's Gate 8-8 and the new energies coming in for the wood monkey. And just to note, though, and before next week, what those areas are in your house, you can use your little compass on your phone and see where those rooms fall as far as the directions. And then when we start to talk specifics next week about the flying stars, then you'll be ahead of the rest, okay? So that's it. Now, you know, if you've been listening to me, that I do the daily energy influences on a daily basis, and I used to do those as a part of the soul element readings, but what I decided to do is I do those on a daily basis in my daily morning mystic messages that I just started doing last week. So every day I talk about the daily energy and then I give you a message for the day. So if you haven't listened to one of those, please do, because you'll find out more specific energies for that particular day. And then also Spirit comes in and gives us a message for that day. So what I'd like to do, though, is what I normally do is the I Ching reading for you all. So what I did was I threw the coins and see what message Spirit wanted to bring you, fire signs, for the coming month ahead. And I'm sorry, for the coming week. We're only doing weekly now. I forgot. So that would be August 1st through the 7th. And what the hexagram is 51. And it is thunder over thunder. So it's shock, 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 right? The arousing, the force of thunder is the name of this particular hexagram. So the guidance is terrifying thunder keeps people alert, but this is all right. This is an undisturbed, joyful meeting among those who follow the correct way of conduct. Although a loud thunderclap brings shock, the ceremony still proceeds in good order. So that is amazing because it's exactly what we're talking about with Uranus coming in this week, squaring, you know, the square of Uranus and Taurus. So, you know, this is right on for that. It's amazing how that happens. So what it says is it expresses a force which has been obstructed and which suddenly bursts forth in an explosion. In this hexagram, both the trigrams represent thunder. As I said, it's thunder over thunder. And when an image is doubled, as it is here, the impact of the natural force is twice as great. Although the generation of all life is dependent on the harmonious integration of elements within the material or within the natural world, shock is sometimes necessary to disrupt complacency and inertia. The purpose of thunder in our lives is to arouse and awaken us. As a symbol of awakening, as I said, this week is about the Great Awakening. Thunder can be manifested by one's teacher, parents, a natural phenomena, or one's own inner being. In all stages of development, people need the force of thunder. And the old Chinese proverb says, when a good horse sees the shadow of the whip, it begins running at full speed. Alertness is what makes a good horse. Lazy horses, even with coaxing or a thrashing, are still inert. Often, too, one acts like a rebellious child trying to violate teachings and disciplines one knows to be true. During such times, thunder helps to rouse one from foolishness or complacency. So it's interesting because it's so perfect for what's coming up for this week. So it says, a developed being or a true spiritual teacher who practiced the virtues of thunder in his or her teachings does not flatter people in order to gain power over them, but rather seeks to awaken them. Undoubtedly, one experiences difficulties in being with such a teacher, To consider such shocks as punishment is to devalue the awakening that is offered. However, the use of shock for growth and development must be very precise in its timing and its purpose. So shock and confusion are always caused by a destructive act. Sometimes they are the result of too much of a good thing. Didn't I say that? We have, that's going to be one of the themes this week as well with the planetary systems. So the following story illustrates how even happiness may cause shock. So here we go. Many years ago in Hong Kong, there was a coolie who, hoping to become rich at the horse races, invested in a ticket. He put the ticket stub in a bamboo pole, which served as his tool for making a living, and in which he carried all his possessions. By and by, he discovered that he was the winner of the grand prize. So extreme was his excitement over his fortune finally changing, he took his bamboo pole, the symbol of his poverty and toil, and threw it into the sea. Later, when he went to collect his winnings, he realized his ticket was still inside his lifelong friend. As the story illustrates, the hexagram emphasizes the importance of maintaining a clear, calm mind at all times. One who receives this hexagram should reflect upon his chosen path, his stage of spiritual growth, and the spiritual patterns which he accepts. Such patterns determine who one really is. So, as I said, balance this week. Balance, as it definitely is coming out in the Tao Te Ching, There's definitely, it's all, interrelated. So, be careful. Even good things, even winning a lottery ticket, you put it someplace and you throw something out and you realize, oh my God, I had the winning ticket of winning $1 million and I threw it out. Don't want to do that. Let's do a reading, shall we? All right, we're going to use the angel cards first. So, Spirit and the angels, what message do you have for the fire signs this week? August 1st to August 7th. Oh, 3 cards. Okay, exactly what we wanted. Okay, we got the entrepreneur card. Any entrepreneurs out there? Self-employment suits your disposition and intentions. Working for yourself allows you to better follow your intuition and your divine guidance. We are your co-workers and teammates who remain loyally by your side to ensure your success in all ways. So just know that your spirit guides, teachers, ascended masters, the divine is always with you. And you just need to call in your spirit team. As an entrepreneur, we take risks because we want to help people. We want to solve problems that nobody in the world is solving. We want to make that greater difference in the world. We don't want to follow the crowd. We want to stand out and be who we are, right? And sometimes it's a lonely path. Sometimes people don't understand why we do the things we do, right? We do it for the greater good of all, because somebody's got to stand up and make changes. And the fire signs, you're the one to do it. You're the ones that will get out there and do it. So as an entrepreneur, I'm here to tell you that you can be an entrepreneur yourself. The opportunity is there for all of us. And just know that all you need to do is ask your guides, guardians, and the divine source, God, to help you get to that next level, that next step that you may not even know exists, because that is the life of an entrepreneur. not knowing the next step, because it all comes from the divine. It all comes from the greater whole. All we need to do is tap into that. And you will get your answers through meditation and prayer. And then we get release and surrender. Release and surrender. So we have the Aquarius full moon coming up, a perfect time to release and surrender. We shower you with blessings of our radiant love. Open your arms and release the challenges that you've held tightly gripped within your hands. Open your hands, arms, and heart to our love and assistance. Release and surrender. The Child card. You care deeply about children, and they readily respond to your love. All children, including your own inner child, require love, affection, and attention. We can clear and open your heart and schedule so that you can give more time and energy to the children who need you. So, I just did a video yesterday on Feng Shui Friday for Feng Shui for children's rooms for studying and sleeping. Because the children are going to be at home now doing long distance learning, at least most of them are. Some are going to school, but not many. And right now, it's important that we do focus on the children. They need us, and that's why we're asked to be entrepreneurs, so that we can stay at home and help our children to be the best versions of themselves that they can be. Because we have to help our children at home, don't we? Now that they're doing, long distance learning. So we need to be there for the children, but you also have an inner child that needs to be cultivated. And right now we are in Leo season. We are in the fire season, and that's all about the heart and your joy, your inner child, your creative expression, your hobbies, your joys. Take on a hobby, take on a new creative project, write, dance, paint, do all those things that make your child sing with joy, because that's what the universe wants for us now. We've all been in difficult times, and it's time for us to be the child that we can be within our heart and still be an adult, but still have that joy within us, because that's what keeps us healthy and in balance. Okay, now let's take a love card and see what's coming up for love this week. Okay, we got 3 cards. Boy, they're just giving us what we need, as always. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Exactly what I just said as far as your inner child. Attraction. When you are happy and enjoy and you radiate that out to the world, you start to attract people, places, and things to you that you desire. Those high vibe things that everybody with the law of attraction wants to bring into their lives. And we do that through the inner child, through the inner work, being in joy constantly. Finances and career. That goes with the entrepreneur card. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Okay, so maybe you're partnering up with somebody, or you have some situation in your finances and career that have to do with a partnership, with your love. And those things need to be expressed so that you both can work together towards a joint mission. Or you may be getting involved in a new career that you will meet a love, or you are getting information on your finances, or going for a loan, or some type of a financial situation that may better your life. that you'll end up meeting the love of your life. And then we have chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. And we have the attraction card. So you're attracting somebody in you're going to have great chemistry with. Somebody's coming in for you this week, fire sign. All right, and then we are going to, last but not least, do the T. Harv Eker Millionaire Mind cards for finance and career, right? It's one part of our life path, love, career, relationships, health. Okay. Get rich so you can help others. If you have the wherewithal to get rich, it's your duty to do so that you can help others who don't have the wherewithal. If you're reading these cards, you have the wherewithal. If you're listening to me, you have the wherewithal, fire sign. So in order for us to help others, we have to have an overabundance of potential to help others. Because if we don't have it within ourselves, we don't have anything to give others. So what this card is saying is fire signs, like I said, you are the ones. You are the ones to do it. Okay, two more. Become a great learner. So rich people constantly learn and grow. Poor people think they already know. Every master was once a disaster. You can learn to be great at anything. So don't ever stop learning. Don't ever stop being a student, because then you'll be the teacher. And it's a circle. It's a circle. Student, teacher, student, teacher. We learn and then we teach. We learn and then we teach. We learn and then we teach. Okay? Don't think you know it all, because none of us do. We're always growing, and that's what keeps us on this planet. We are in the Earth School. So that means we're always learning, growing, and evolving. And last but not least, appreciate what you have. Focus on what you're grateful for in this life. If you don't appreciate what you have, you won't get any more. Because the universe thinks it's not important to you, and therefore you don't need any more. So in my book, Unlocking the Grief Code, using mind, body, and spirit healing solutions, I talk about writing what you're grateful for every single day in your journal. Just write down 2 or 3, 4 or 5 things that you're grateful for, even if it's for getting out of bed in the morning, walking across the room, making your bed, whatever it is. Be grateful, because when you're grateful, it brings more into your life. So be grateful for everything. Okay, so there we have your reading for the week, fire sign. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a joy and a pleasure to be of service to you. And please, before you leave, like, share, and subscribe so you can receive my other videos. And if I can help you with a private reading or astrology report, I do have a special going on right now for the month of August for $99. Then I would be happy to help you with that. So please go ahead, and you can email me if you'd like. And oh, something was on my screen that just popped up. I'm so sorry. So until we meet again, fire sign, I just want to say that I thoroughly enjoyed your reading today, and I hope you did too. And I want to wish you a wonderful week ahead. Until we meet again next week, I want to send you love, light, and blessings, and have a wonderful week. Namaste, my friends.